Welcome back to our weekly Monday marketing training where we live, grow, and learn from the heart. If you're in a place now that you're able to close your eyes, drop your hands onto your heart. Imagine just giving your heart a hug. Breathe in and out of your nose. Notice what comes to mind for you. As you just feel your heart, and letting that be the place that you come here from your heart, out of your head. There's so much that we're thinking about, we're planning and we're doing. And today, what I want to share with you is the 4 archetypes that I teach in my business mentorship, Amplified Impact, and why they matter. Something that I'm learning is that we all know there's so many versions of who we used to be out there in the world. And when we're wanting to create a business, grow a business, have more impact as yogipreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs devoted to impact and change and growth, we too get initiated into our own ish. And oftentimes, what stops us from actually creating the impact, the business, the income that we desire is ourselves, and the feeling of being worthy, into self-doubt and what if it doesn't work and what will they think? And my invitation today is just to remind you that this is part of the process for you to grow through those limiting beliefs because of who you become on the other side of taking action. As an entrepreneur, we usually start with crafting an ideal client based on who we used to be, what we've had to grow through, and how the heck we did it. 67% of people practice yoga from home. In 2023, $600 billion industry learning from home. When you're able to hold space for yourself, the what if it doesn't work, the self-doubt, on a mission, on a quest to help past versions of you, you become wildly successful and impactful, but you have to grow first. And that is so scary in the beginning because we think we need to do more and be more, chasing certificates and permission and external validation, trying to overcome self-doubt, get rid of imposter syndrome before we get started. What if all of that was supposed to be here, just like death, just like life, just like darkness, just like light, the pulsation of duality, or like in your yoga practice, contraction, hugging and holding in, and then expanding, reaching and branching out. Both are necessary. There is no need to get rid of self-doubt, fear, lack, what if. It's, I feel afraid of being judged. I feel scared of not being able to get my clients' results. What if no one buys? And knowing that you are worthy. And there is no certification that's going to make you feel worthy. That's a promise. It does not matter how skilled you become. If you don't believe and know already right now that you are enough, you'll be chasing your enoughness after every single certificate. And that I want to savor that moment in. You'll chase more worthiness through certificates. And at the other side of that certificate, there will be something else. You have all that you need right now to grow and scale your business by creating and crafting a past version of you that desires to be sitting in your seat right now. And that is how I birthed the Live Your Yoga mentorship. That is how I birthed Amplified Impact. That is how I birthed the Sold Out Retreat Immersion. By creating programs and offers for the you I was. And that's all we have to do as entrepreneurs devoted to impact. Keep teaching to who we used to be and helping those out there get to where we are today. And what I feel is that's how we have massive impact in the world, because of the impact, the way in which we think, contemplate, and live our lives. Which is why in last week's session, if you haven't already listened to it, highly recommend the 4 strategies in Amplified Impact. And in business, I talk about the pillars of my company, the pillars of my business. And one of them is to be invested as a devoted student forever. But you're learning more skills, not because you need them to get started, but because you desire to keep growing and being better than yesterday. Because after you serve hundreds of people, they're going to want to know what's next. And if you stop studying and learning, you won't be able to hold it. And for me, it was like I served hundreds inside of my Sold Out Retreats course, inside of Live Your Yoga. And it was like, okay, what's next? What have I accomplished? Which is where the 4 business archetypes come in. The first one being the spiritual warrior, the one that is willing to sit with the triggers, the activations, the self-doubt, the fear, and to look at the humanness that's inside of the vehicle. We're living in a human body on a spiritual journey of growth and evolution. And if you want to be a wildly successful entrepreneur, you have to be able to sit with, to get to know your emotions, your fears, your doubts, as well as your gifts, your skills, what you've acquired, who you've become. You're ready to own yourself and all of your magic and all that you've created. And you're not afraid to sit with the next layer of the onion, to grow deeper, to take your community and your family with you, to create a wildly extraordinary, not normal life. Only 1% of people in the world are entrepreneurs, and that's growing at a rapid speed right now because of what you're doing right now, engaging in social media. We are gifted, we are blessed. There are more successful people growing at rapid speed than ever before, and we are part of this era. We are part of this evolution, and that's something to be celebrated. As the spiritual warrior, contemplate, are you someone that sits with the emotion, that asks the questions, and that contemplates your life? Asking yourself, what's the bigger purpose and meaning of my life? Because it doesn't matter how successful you become. If you don't love who you are, if you don't find a deeper meaning and reason for being here than money or external wealth, it's to love who you are at the end of the day when you close your eyes and all you got is you. Even if you're laying next to the love of your life, the person with you in your mind and in your heart is you. The spiritual warrior is devoted to doing the inner work. And as you connect deeply to the inner world that you'll always have and hold, to create money, to bring in clients, to build out offers, to grow and network a community that's waiting for you, to show up, serve, and give, you got to tap into the boss babe archetype, the one that is willing to create content, build out programs, sell as a form of service, sell. People want to change their lives. And it's up to you to sell to them, to invite them in. I like to talk about it as like this holy, sacred invitation of working together, to grow together. Someone once told me, we are traumatized in relationship and we heal in relationship. The boss babe is the one that looks at the numbers, that puts in the KPIs, key performance indicators of like how many posts, how many stories, how many emails, how many clients do I need to make this retreat profitable? The boss babe does the business stuff. I know as entrepreneurs, heart-centered yogis, coaches, healers, masters, we want to teach. But in the beginning of our business, we have to know how to operate the business so that when we're bringing in money, we can pay other people to be in their zone of genius. At first, the building CEO is the one that does it all because you want to understand how to do it so that your business brings in enough money that you can pay someone else that can optimize it. But first, the boss babe has to get bossy and learn how to grow, nurture, and sell to their audience, to make sales. If you don't know how to sell, you don't have a business. If you don't know how to sell, you don't have a service. If you don't know how to sell, you can't change the world. The boss babe is not afraid to show up and talk about the offers, to sell them unapologetically as her devotion to serve. And then the next archetype, it's the cheerleader, the one that celebrates every single day what it is that you're doing. I made the post. I went live and I felt uncomfortable. I talked about my offer. I invited someone to my retreat. You celebrate every single step along the way. Now, I'll celebrate when I hit this revenue. I'll celebrate when I get this many people. I'll celebrate when I have this much in my community. You celebrate every single step along the way. Waking up and going to bed in celebration for what you have done, for what you have accomplished. Maya Angelou says, if you only say one prayer in your entire life, let that prayer be thank you. Be thankful. Something I write in my journal often is, Amber, I'm so grateful for your devotion and your dedication, for continuously showing up and doing the work. I'm so proud of you. Celebrate yourself, your accomplishments. And in that energy of celebration, you're only going to attract more to celebrate. We dive into the fourth archetype, which is the mother. The mother is the one that reminds you to eat good food, to drink water, to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself. The mother is the one that's telling you to find balance between the doing and the giving. She is the one that holds you if you were sad during a launch that didn't go the way you desired, if you didn't get the outcome that you wanted. She's the one that reminds you of how hard you've worked and how no matter what happens, you're bound for success. She's the one to reflect back to you of just how great you are and how good you are and how perfect you are and how enough you are. She's the one that talks to you with love and kindness and allows you to soften and to be supported through optimal health when we embody these 4 archetypes, we have a cohesive business and life, where you get to build a business around your life and not your life around your business. These 4 archetypes give you the clarity and the confidence to keep on growing forward, to continue to refine your message, your programs, your offers. It's growth continuously being devoted to the student, the one that does the work, that embodies it all. And the only thing I've seen hold anyone back is inaction. The more action you take, the more clear and confident you become in your vision and your mission, your reason, your why, your purpose. How can you show up and start right now doing what you've desired to do for some time? Messy action. Sometimes that means taking a break. Other times that means achieving, writing down all that you've already achieved and cheering yourself on. Sometimes it's showing up in your business and doing the business stuff. And other times it's doing the inner work to get over the self-doubt. Get over it. Do you know that your life story is enough to start helping more people, to start impacting more lives? When you contemplate it enough, you put together your process, your methods, with a solid foundation and anchor into your why. No matter how hard it gets, you keep showing up and doing the work, refining and learning as you grow along. This has been the shift for me, because for so long, I too was chasing the strategy, the certificate, the likes, the followers. And once I really tapped into embodying my life and who I was, showing up started to become effortless and fun and just a part of who I was. I recently sent out an email on the question I get asked all of the time: how do you do it all? How do you do it all? And I'll just share with you one, otherwise you can go check out Instagram to read it. But it's prioritize. When you love what you do, when you are so devoted to the desire in your heart, you will find time, not excuses. When it's, I had this, I have that, I did this, I do that. No, that's an excuse. If you want it, you'll find time. We all have the same amount of time in a day. It's just a matter of what you choose to do with the time that you have. What will you do with the time that you have today to reach your goals? Is it taking a step to the other side of self-doubt? Is it hitting publish on that post or showing back up online? Is it creating the offer? Is it hiring the coach? What do you want to prioritize in your life right now? And how can you begin to embody the 4 archetypes in this moment? I can't wait to hear which one of these land with you. If you're listening and you know that you're getting value out of this and someone else needs to hear it, it'll mean the world to me for you to share this, to tag me. It helps us to make bigger and larger waves in the world. And I look forward to connecting with you on the internet. See you next week.